digital marketing, you do Facebook. So we had to rebrand. Okay, so we rebranded as Sky Digital Agency. Of course, I founded another company with good designers as well, and I'm training at some of the institutions in Singapore. Okay. Alright. So before we start, okay, I have a video for you just to help you understand how it has disrupted us, or maybe help us understand what is 4.0 all about. Is that okay? Alright. With the video, right, hopefully it helps us understand what is Industry 4.0 all about. I think if for those of you who are here this morning, they did talk about it a little bit. This content that I'm going to share with you, this slide specifically, is from this guy called Guy Kawasaki. Anybody heard of him before? So he actually shared this about the ice factory. Who watched that TED Talk video? Anybody watched? Okay, so I'll share with you. Okay. So he says that what is 4.0? So he was trying to say how did it go from 1.0 to 2.0, 3, and 4. So the first industry revolution was in 4.0. Back then, there were ice harvesters in the US. So during winter, or they will go to a place where it's always winter and they'll harvest ice, okay, and they sell it to people. Okay, so that's ice harvesting. This was in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Then we went into 2.0, which means that there were factories that actually made ice to sell. So you don't have to wait for the weather, right? You can do it all through the four weathers, 4 seasons. And then Industry 3.0 was Samsung or other brands that you know as well, okay? Those brands who spearheaded and made freezers or fridge for all of us so that we can freeze our own ice. Okay, so that's 3.0. So what is 4.0? Anybody?
You order ice online.
Okay, okay, very good try. Okay, I mean 4.0. Okay, let me try and explain it lah. Okay, so I have this just to add with you before I add on what is 4.0. The key thing to his sharing was people in the 1.0 business never made it to the 2.0. Those in the 2.0 never made it to the 3.0. Okay, you can Google Guy Kawasaki talk. It's the top, one of the top talks. Yeah, TED Talks. Yeah. Okay, so the question I have for you is what to hopefully explain this is who owns the largest amount of hotels around the world? Airbnb. Okay, and then who owns the largest cab fleet around Asia? Uber is out of Asia, right? So Grab. Okay, and the largest retail company in the world? Amazon. Okay, so that's 4.0. Hopefully that helps you understand how it works, ordering online and things like that. Okay, Barnes and Noble are still around, but they actually did try to go digital, and it actually lost them $1 billion in the last 5 years. They went through 4 CEOs. So any strategy the CEO has, he wasn't able to execute it. Okay, right? So this was from bookriot.com. Okay, so the key thing here, I think, probably is not only owning a website. How many of you here are in retail and you own a website? Okay, so besides having a website, the next presence that's really important, okay, is social media. So let's understand some of the key benefits. Anybody want to help me out? What are some of the key benefits of social media?
Free.
It's free, correct. Okay. Anything else?
Wider reach.
Wider reach. Okay. Want to explain more? Why is it wider?
Everybody has access to it. Everybody's using it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You don't have to be at a physical location to give out your marketing or advertising collaterals, right? You can just do it digitally. Everyone is on the platform. Okay. So it saves us time versus traditional marketing campaigns. Anybody here did TV ads before? TV ads? Okay. How much does it cost here in Philippines?
About $1 million to produce it, and depends on the time and the channel.
Okay.
100,000 pesos to air a 30-second version.
Okay, so $1 million is about
$20,000.
20,000? Okay. So to produce it and things like that. So actually social media we're talking about thousands only. Economical for small companies. So like what this lady mentioned from the back, right? So what you did was you start online and then you went brick and mortar. So it's the other way around. It's actually quite similar to Amazon if you think about it. Okay, real-time analysis. So what happened is that you actually are able to know how well your campaign did within 4 to 7 days. You can decide which campaign you like to put more money in as well. Okay, provides flexibility to change and improve, and this is actually added on to this point. So if you know that typically with just $100 you can reach like 10,000 people or 100,000 people, but suddenly the number dropped, you know that something is wrong, right? Okay, so you can react quite quickly. Targeted audience, someone mentioned it before. So you are able to tell them age group, gender, location, and interest. Okay, interest and behaviors. Okay, and last but not least, instant feedback, whether the campaign did well or not. The next point we need to think about is, aside understanding Industry 4.0, is how advertising has evolution. Okay, how it has been. All right, so I'll share with you this. In 1800s, we had black and white. Okay, black and white in print. And then in the 1920s, we had color and print magazines, newspapers. Okay, so it took about 120 years here. Next, we had color photography advertising. So what they were trying to do then in the 1960s was to capture the emotional part where design wasn't able to. Okay, and then another 40 years, guess what happened? Google. Okay, so search engine and AdWords came about. All right, so after Google, it was 12 years later, social media marketing and digital marketing. So basically in 2012, they introduced targeted advertising. So initially it was marketplace, it wasn't targeted. And then they bought this company from Microsoft and they were able to serve retargeting ads. So you are able to retarget people who have maybe experience or engage with your content, okay, or your website. What is key in every country but has not evolved? Okay, to the person who guesses correctly, I'm going to give you a yen. I brought a yen here. Okay, what is key in every country but has not evolved? Every country, yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, education.
Wow, okay, yeah. Here you go. That's a very good guess. Okay, so, alright, so we had schools, okay? This was 1800s, by the way. And then now, okay, so we haven't exactly, but we are starting to see some, right? Like online courses like Udemy, universities going online, Stanford, Harvard, okay? So it takes time. Certain industries take longer, okay? But what's the difference here between sales versus marketing before I dive deeper into social media marketing? Anybody want to explain to me what is sales? How will you define sales?
Involves the actual
It's the
purchase
promotion and the
product or service.
Okay, actual purchase, actual money coming in, alright? Okay.
Transaction. It's the transaction.
It's a transaction, okay? So it's very tough when sometimes the job role says sales and marketing. Okay, so for me, I'm not a salesperson, although I can do sales, okay? I'm more of a marketing person. So marketing is more of, anybody want to help? This is just a joke by HubSpot. What is marketing about?
Positioning your product.
Positioning. So, it's a marathon rather than a sprint. Okay, so marketing is all about brand positioning, and that's why a lot of times we get confused. So social media is about the social part of sales, okay, if you like to call it. So if we have posts like this, I took this from an Instagram account, okay, if we post like this, we are actually selling, right? This is my course, this is my course. There's nothing to really brand position yourself or attract people to kind of like engage with your content or follow you on social media. Alright, so be very clear about the terms. So the best marketing doesn't feel like marketing. Okay, this is my Tom Fishburne. The next thing that we need to understand is the type of posts that are on Facebook. Anybody want to make a guess how many types for business accounts? Carousel. Video.
The actual post itself.
Okay, the actual image. Just one image or an album. Anything else? Okay, the last one I'll share with you is called instant experience. Okay, so if you click on the image, what happens? Okay, images, just images, it actually opens bigger. Alright? But once you finish watching a video on Facebook, what happens? The next video plays after 5 seconds. Okay? So that's why a lot of times video algorithm works better, especially on Facebook. They are actually challenging YouTube if you are thinking about why they are doing that. Okay? So there are 5 main types here. There's create a slideshow. It converts 3 to 10 images into a video. And the last one is create an instant experience. Okay, so it actually looks something like this, and then you can actually add a lot of things. It's like a mini landing page without a form. Okay, we call it a landing page only if there's a form. Okay, so these are things that you are able to add. So instant experience is something that works very well, especially if you are advertising. Alright, not so much of marketing. Okay, so explore these things when you have time. Okay, anybody here does flyer marketing and advertising? Okay, maybe share with me how much does it cost and how long does it take to have one flyer campaign out?
Well, we are not retail, we are an association,
Okay,
but we do.
you have flyers for your stuff, yeah.
Probably
40, 50 pesos.
about $1.
Yeah, that's $1. 1.5. Okay. Alright, so $1 a piece, that's quite expensive. Color, just one-sided, back to back. Okay, double-sided. Alright. Whereas for social media, the cost of the design might go down. Okay, likely it will go down depending on what kind of ads you're doing. Okay, the professional fees, maybe you need to engage someone, but nothing is stopping you from learning how to do it. Okay, and ads distribution. So if you know how to do it, you're looking at 50% cost savings. Otherwise, you're looking at about 30% cost savings. Not only has cost savings, it reaches more people. So if you print 5,000 for the same budget, you actually reach 10x. Okay, 100 times actually. 5,000, 10x. Okay, 10x the amount of people at half the cost. Alright, so that's why social media marketing is so important in businesses today. Social media marketing being cheap, okay, you probably get clicks at like 30 cents to 50 cents to land people on a website. Okay, but this is just an illustration by Google Analytics. I thought it was quite funny, so I'll show it to you. When people land on a website, hopefully this doesn't happen to them.
Sure. Yeah. Using it. Nick out. Look. And then 983. Look. Zombie pops. Sorry. Zombie pops. Okay. Don't worry about that. What's your postcode? It's a GU749ZT. Welcome back, Nick Forever. Please listen carefully to the spread license agreement before continuing your best to the local bread. If you do not, you'll have blah. You also agree not to use any bread-based product for any purposes, including bonus, including without limitation design, development, manufacture of missiles, and nuclear or biological weapons. 2. I'm afraid you timed out. 1. Sorry. Hello? Excuse me. Oh, yeah, hey. Just what then, sir? Yeah, we just. What's your username? It's Nick Forever, but _, not the. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to check that you're a real person. Could you say that for me? It's not even a word, you don't want to forget it. What is one? £8 pot of ice. You're in. Great, I'm in. £8.85. It's supposed to be like £8. That's express delivery. What's that? Oh, it's express delivery. So there's standard delivery. That's £4.99. Why? Rent insurance. You didn't answer the don't declare rent insurance option. You know, I think I'll risk it. It is close to the same. I don't care. 98 pence it is. Be sure to pop back in 5 business days. It'll be ready for your collection. Well, I need it now, obviously. Oh, okay. You want the take home today price? That's £2.37. You know, I'm going to go. Come back soon. I won't.
Summarize, right? Actually, most of the times, after they fix the social media marketing, they have to look at their website. Okay, so if the experience of your customers on your website is like this, you're probably gonna have like people just leaving the website, right? Delivery charges, express charges, insurance on your parcels. Okay, these are things that are what we call unexpected. Okay, unexpected cost. Alright, so hopefully that doesn't happen on your end. If it does, do look at how you can improve on it. Okay? Alright, so the next thing is Just to show you a little bit, so for this video, we put some money into it, we put $21, and the cost per true play means 15 seconds. Okay, so there's 3-second view, 10-second, and 15-second. But they don't call it 15-second view, they call it a true play view. Okay, so it costs us 12 cents. And then the next video, we spend slightly lesser, okay, $15, and it costs us 10 cents per true play. But guess what happened? We had one video that only cost 1 cent. Okay, so you can see like the amount of people that we reached was much more. Okay, so what happened is with this statistics with social media, you will decide whether or not you want to put more money in it. Okay, so this one is only $35, which is we put more after we found out that it did really well. Okay, so test your ads. Okay, test your ads on social media. Sometimes the first few times that you try, it might not work as well. But as you keep testing, you will find out and you will be able to compare, okay, your ads. So the next question is, how can we improve your social media marketing? Okay, so typically, there's this thing that I'm going to share with you called AIDA. Anybody heard of AIDA? AIDA? Yeah, okay. So A stands for awareness, okay, or how are you going to attract the person in? Okay, I stands for interest. Okay, how can you continue to generate interest, retain their interest in your brand, your products, your services? How can you make them to desire to own your products and to even like think about it? Okay, and how can you get them to take action? All right, so this is AIDA, AIDA. So it's been around for a long time, like I think more than 100 years. Okay, it might have evolved. Some you might see other types of AIDA online. What I'm trying to share with you here today is a lot of people are just advertising based on the action part. Okay, what do I mean by that? So for example, if I have products like bags or shoes, okay, I actually advertise to you to show you that I have bags and shoes. That is jumping all the way to action, right? I want you to buy my stuff. Am I right? The second thing to remember is we should be going through this whole process instead of jumping all the way to action. Okay? So that's how we can improve our messaging to our customers. They can get to know us first, right? Create a curiosity, retarget them again, and then maybe tell them that, oh, we have this product, okay? Based on their interest, retargeting it. The third thing that I hope that you take away from today's session, okay, is understanding who your customers are and their buyer's journey. Okay? So basically, there are 3 parts that I'm going to share with you, right? First is how can they get to know you? So for retail, how can your customers get to know you? Anybody?
Word of mouth.
Okay, word of mouth. How can they consider to buy your products or services? What do you think? Why would they choose this brand over the other brand? Okay, something to think about. And how can they decide on you? So a lot of our customers also have 100% online presence. Okay, so the tricky part to online presence only is besides online, there's no offline. Okay, so pop-up booths is another way to kind of get your presence known for the awareness part. So what is your buyer's journey? So you can map out your buyer's journey. Alright, so this is the key to every business. It's not only to retail, it's to tourism and everything, manufacturing and so on. Whatever that you know works, you double your effort on it. Okay? The stats was a bit interesting when I was preparing for this. So Singapore, right, the majority of people for Facebook are aged between 25 to 44. Okay? So I have yours here, Philippines. Okay? It's more updated than ours. Your Facebook audiences are between 18 to 34. Okay, that's like 10 years younger than us. Alright? So mainly if your audiences, you must know where your audience are on. So use all these free tools to check, okay, Napoleon Cat on your audiences. For Instagram, it's even more interesting for Philippines. Okay, I'm sharing with you the Singapore one first. Majority of the audiences are aged between 18 to 34. And for Philippines, I'm not sure how this happens, okay? You have like 31% men. Number 4 that I'm going to share with you is mapping out a sales funnel for your marketing strategy. Anybody heard of a sales funnel before? Okay, so how does it look like? Sales funnel. So first, maybe you have your social media ads. Majority of people stop here, right? In fact, 7, 8 out of 10 business owners that I know, they stop here. They just put money into ads, nothing else. Second is ask yourself, how can you capture their emails or giveaways, especially retail, brick and mortar, right? When they come to your store, how can you get your customers' emails so that you can share with them more things, interesting fun facts about your business, or new products and launches, or events, roadshows that you'll be at. So ask yourself, how can you capture their emails? For us, we give away free ebooks or free video trainings, so in exchange for their emails. Then, how can you use email marketing? So a lot of people also, they collect the email, they don't know what to do with it, right? So, but you're supposed to think of your email marketing strategy. Okay, so this goes down to digital marketing. And then, as they get to know you, you share with them about your products and services. So usually what we do is we always share an infographic in our email, fun facts, etc., about Amazon, etc., and then we share that about our courses at the bottom. The next thing that people usually forget is how can it be enticing enough so that you can get them through your funnel. So the ads are not interesting enough for people to click through. So in the end, they end up paying more. Okay, so basically, they should not get lost on your website. All right. So what's a good landing page? Anybody heard of this guy? You can read up more about it. Okay. Point number 6, which is my last point, is integrated social media marketing. Okay, so which is what the sales funnel is about. So I have a video to share with you. This is the last video before we go to summary. Okay, and then we take your Q&A. Is that okay? All right.
Hello there. Would you like more leads and sales for your business? If you would like more leads and sales, continue watching this video. One of the most common mistakes many business websites make is the copywriter's focus on features instead of benefits. You're probably wondering, what's the difference? Well, imagine this. At Sky Digital Agency, we are trying to sell our participants our MailChimp course. The website copy could probably sound something like this. Learn how to create, design, and schedule your email marketing campaigns with MailChimp. Well, those are features. Rephrasing the same statement as a benefit may sound something like this. MailChimp is an email marketing software that helps business owners automate their email campaigns and grow their sales. Now, grow their sales, that's a benefit. Also, even if you have really good copy on your website may still fail to drive you leads. Why? It's simple. The website lacks an integrated digital marketing strategy. Here's another example. We have made our website SEO friendly, and we run weekly Facebook ads that drive us website traffic. On our website, we currently give away a free SEO ebook titled 10 Ways to Rank on Google. When an email is keyed into the pop-up, the ebook link is automatically sent to the email for download. Now, imagine if we had an SEO strategy and a monthly Facebook advertising budget, but did not have any freebies or giveaways via a pop-up. We literally drive customers to our website, but let our customers slip away as we did not manage to capture our customers' email leads that could possibly allow us as an agency to follow up with email marketing. This is what we mean by an integrated digital marketing strategy. In the example above, it involves integrating 3 digital components: Facebook advertising, website SEO, and email marketing. Would you like more leads and sales for your business? Start with an integrated digital marketing strategy. Get in touch with Sky Digital Agent.
So basically, that's just to emphasize, don't only use social media, right? Think about how you can integrate it with your website, with your digital marketing strategies, especially email. You don't have to adopt all the digital marketing, just adopt what works for your business, okay? So 6 things that, to summarize and recap what I've just shared today, okay? First, the evolution of advertising, all right? How it evolved from black and white all the way to Google and then social media. How can you apply IDA in your strategies, social media marketing strategies? Understand who your customers are. There's this thing called customer persona. So read up about it. Define your customer persona. You might not think that it's really helpful, but actually it will help you communicate better in your copywriting and things like that. Map out your buyer's journey as well. Adopt a sales funnel in your business, okay, in your marketing strategy as well. Use landing pages if you're launching ads, social media ads, okay, to help them focus. Okay. Last but not least, okay, use landing pages to generate email leads to do email marketing, which is an integrated strategy. So what is your integrated strategy for your business? These are the 6 key takeaways I have for you today. All right, thank you so much for your time. And we'll do Q&A before we go for break. So we have 5 to 10 minutes for Q&A. All right, so most of this IDA and everything is on our YouTube. We have our slides as well. Add me, if you don't see it, just drop me a message. I will send you the link on SlideShare and you can, yeah. Okay, so Q&A. Yeah.
We're currently doing ours in-house, but if we were to source to an agency, what's a good entry-level budget to set for your
What's your current budget? 2,000, is it? Do we have markers? Do we have markers? Need to write bigger. Okay, if you're spending 2,000, the question that we usually tell our clients is to ask yourself how much is your customer value. Because for us, per client may cost somewhere between 360 up to maybe $2,000 per client if they engage us for training, if they engage us for corporate training, or so on, right? Retainer, etc. So if I were to ask myself, if I would like to look at the customer value, I will ask myself, how much am I willing to spend to get a $360 customer? I would rather see it that way. So you might have to work a little bit, this is retail, so you have to work backwards that way. 2K people in their funnel, okay? People come in. And out of this 2K, they figured that 2K people, this is people, how do I draw people? Okay, 2K people in, they figured that out of this 2K, if you are not that good, you probably convert about 10%. 10% of 2K is 200 people, and 200 people pay $8, which is 1,006, correct? Out of space, $1,600. So every $1,600 that they, $1,000 that they spend, they get 1,600 up. So they would put in more money. So they work backwards like this. Okay, does that answer your question? How do you do this?
The different types of Facebook ads, which one would drive more conversion? The second one is for industry benchmark, what's a good conversion rate for any of the ad types?
Typically, the sales funnel, right, the number currently is 10-3-1. So every 10 person to go through your funnel, 3 person will inquire, you will be able to convert 1.
So 10%, that's
10%.
pretty
But we always tell our clients to work upwards. So if you're already converting 10%, ask yourself how can you move upwards? 15%, 20%, 25%, 30%.
From a
That's called optimizing.
From a Philippine standpoint, I find 3% very high already. So 10% is quite a high benchmark.
Okay, yeah. But that's the industry figure now. Yeah. So there are people who, when they first start, they don't get 10%, they get about 2 to 3%. So then they have to work towards 10%. But if you already hit 10%, the next thing is how can you move it upwards to 15, 20. Thank you so much for your time. I'll end here. If you have any other questions, you can stay back. I have another 5-10 minutes before I go to the tourism track. Alright, thank you so much. Can we take a group photo together before you all go for your break? Okay.